Hello, this is John from Clock Repairs Merseyside. Okay, this is a clock I bought at auction today. I actually got some chance to see this clock and I was quite happy with its condition. I got it at a reasonable price as well, so that's always good. Right, it's a George III, obviously grandfather clock, about 7'8" I would say it is. It's made by a gentleman called George Monk of Prescott, and it's an 8-day striking on the hour grandfather clock. Now the dial is in absolutely wonderful condition. Obviously it has been worked on, but you know they've done a really decent job on it. It probably was done some time ago because I can see bits of crackling, should we say. It's centre second. It's not its centre second. Sorry, its second hand is missing. The pinion and everything's okay, so I think someone's probably just taken that up for another job or whatever. It's pretty decent all round. I mean, you know, it's in decent shape. You know, the moon roller's nice and tight. It's intact. It's getting driven by a, you know, you can see it's driven by a wheel here, which actually is close to the seconds arbor really. I'm wondering whether it's been taken off because obviously as the moon roller was going round, it was obviously trying to change and it was jamming on it or something. I mean, often you see grandfather clocks and they've had the centre seconds taken off and they've had various things taken off. This is just to keep them going, you know, at the time. If you look at to the top of the case, you can see I have actually got them, the finials, the sort of circular ball type, but there's a piece of wood missing from here, little square of wood missing from here, and there's one missing from the centre because there's actually three, so I'm going to sort that out. Also, if we go to the bottom, it had the feet taken off. They're just a couple of blocks of wood I've put underneath really just to lift it off the floor, just to see give it a bit of a look to see what it looks like. So obviously I'm going to work on them pieces of wood and make them blend in with the case. But apart from that, that's pretty much it. It's in really good condition. The movement is in excellent condition. It's been serviced at some point, who knows when, but it's been serviced, so it's pretty decent. If you have a look inside, it's ticking away now, no problem. I obviously haven't wound the chime up on it because, you know, it strikes on the hour. And as you probably already know, this type of grandfather clock, they're pretty loud. I'll have my neighbour complaining and my dog's running around mad wondering what it is. So I've not done that. But apart from that, it's pretty nice, pretty happy with it. Not going to take much to bring it up to showroom standards, and then we'll have a bit of a work out of the finances and see what we're prepared to sell it for, and that's what we'll be doing with that. We move next. We have circa 1900s, I would say, granddaughter clock. It needs some work. I've actually got a dial for it. There was actually a dial stuck on. It was like a Hamley type affair. So it's a Westminster, absolutely lovely Westminster chime on it. I don't normally buy clocks sort of really, you know, I always go for more, you know, an older clock really, but the Westminster chime is lovely on it. You know, it's quite nice. Yeah, it's probably about 1890, 1900, I would think. It's got 3 heavy brass weights. They're going to be getting polished up. The dial's getting polished up now. The actual chapter ring I've got is not going to be, it's off an earlier clock, but it's going to fit, and the spandrels are off the earlier clock and it's going to fit. But obviously when I do sell that, I will be obviously letting the customer know about that. You know, because I think it's actually marked up the dial something like 1740. I mean, whether it's from that sort of era, I don't know at the moment, but you know, it's obviously a very early dial. But yeah, that's what that, so that'll look really nice, and I expect that not to sort of hang about too long, but that will be getting done. But that has an absolutely fabulous chime, very deep chime, rich sound and chime. And the movement obviously needs taken to pieces and servicing correctly and properly and bit of pivot polishing and, you know, maybe some bushing work, who knows, we just have to see. But that's quite a nice size clock, that really. It's quite difficult now to get hold of the shorter stature grandfather clocks that are in good condition. I mean, I was offered a few the other day, but I went to look at them and I really wasn't happy with the condition. So I don't mind buying a clock when it doesn't need a lot doing to it. Obviously for financial reasons and also, you know, with us being involved in repairs as well. I mean, we don't need to have major projects to do. We want to be able to service them, polish them, do a few bits and pieces, and then, you know, offer them for sale. And I think doing that, I mean, the saying I always go by is, if you buy mint, you won't go skint. But that seems to work. I mean, I've had some clocks over the past which I've bought in, and being honest with you, you know, they were sort of major undertaking, they were major projects, and, you know, and when you can't get all the spare parts and things, or when you can't get all the decoration or all of it, you know, it doesn't take long for the clock to look totally wrong. But yeah, that's another one we have. We have a couple more over here. And again, is a reproduction, more of a reproduction, probably again 1900 grandfather clock, of the Tempest Future type thing. But you know, it is a solid case, and it just strikes on a gong on that one. It doesn't strike on any bell or nothing, or any chiming or nothing. It's just a simple, and in actual fact, it's a very similar movement to this one behind me, the smaller clock. It's really very much the same. I think it's by the company Peerless, isn't it? I think they, you know, and they look quite a decent movement, you know, quite a decent heavy movement. There doesn't seem to be, you know, they look very, very serviceable, to be honest with you. So I'm quite happy with that. That clock was bought in probably 6 years ago. It's just been knocking about, really. I haven't done much to it. Again, it's got the nice big brass weights. It's got the open case, more along the American style of clocks. But yeah, that's that one. And if we move to my left, we have a round dial by R. Menzies is it Seth or look, it's obviously, I think it's Welsh. That's quite a nice clock. That works very, very well. Not much to do on that. A service, and the rest is pretty much not a problem. I'm going to change that centre finial to one with a spike on it. That one doesn't look right. It looks a bit like a doorknob, or they look like doorknobs to me somehow. I mean, so, you know, I think the door is unlockable or whatever. So we're probably going to put a catch on that, and you know, we won't probably get the key for it, or we won't find the key, or, you know, if we can get a lock, we can fit a lock, we will do. The door on this, on the round, is quite rough, to be honest with you. Someone's put it in with paper mache or so. I don't know what they've done with that. But we're going to take that door off. But it's a bit loose, the door. I mean, it is secure. I can just open it. But it sort of flops down on its hinge. So I'm going to have to do something with that. Maybe put a block behind there or something to keep it in. Maybe, you know, I'll do something with that to make sure it's very, very safe. Yeah, but that's another 8 day, and it works absolutely perfect. Got a really, really nice tick-tock on that one, really soothing. Little bit on the louder side, I would think, for some people, but, you know, I find it, I don't know, I obviously now I don't really notice it that much now, because you know, just being used to it, never really notice it, to be honest. I probably notice more now when there isn't a tick, really, to be honest with you, on anything of something. I can notice when a clock stops, let's put it that way. But yeah, that's quite a nice case on that one. I think it's mahogany, quite dark. Yeah. But yeah, I think, you know, they're all going to be quite sellable items. I've actually got another clock which I bought the other day, Sensor Seconds. He's a Liverpool maker. Corson, his name is Corson Sensor Seconds. It's quite a nice clock. Painted dial again, moon roller. So probably at the very earliest, I would say 1780s, I would say at the very earliest. probably going up to at least, you know, can be going up to 1820s. I think they stopped making grandfather clocks, I think around about the 1840s maybe. Not sure, not 100% about that. So I'm sure someone will tell me. I'm sure someone will tell me. So someone will come in and give me some advice about that. That's okay, that's fine. I love listening to people. I mean, as I've said before, I don't claim to be the boy or the man on this situation. I mean, I think with clockmaking, you need a couple of lifetimes to learn it really, and you know, learn it's been going on such a long time. But yeah, that's the few I've got at the second. Another little one we sweep around there. There's a couple of these are customers' clocks. They've been done. They were on test. I mean, they'd be going out this week, I would imagine. My dog coughing in the background. We have this reproduction. Thomas More of Ipswich. It's obviously a lantern clock. It's got a long pendulum, heavy weight. I think it does run 8 days, I think. I haven't really had it up and running, to be honest with you. I mean, I've had that a long time, but that is a reproduction, most definitely a reproduction. Although it's quite nice. I mean, I think when I picked it up, it wasn't a lot of money at all, but you know, things in auctions, they seem to be getting a little bit higher. The prices seem to be going up a little bit, which is good news in one way, but bad news in another, because we can't get out. You know, it's difficult to get hold of the stuff. That's an American drop dial, snapped mainspring on that one. That's come in. That's probably around about the 1900 era. And then we have a lovely Elliot, just on my table there. It's had some work, it's been polished up, it's been serviced, it's actually running away quite nicely, that one. That belongs to a tank regiment in the armed forces. They brought it to us to get some work done on. But yeah, it's a really nice, Elliot's a lovely clock, really well made, good quality. Little bit difficult to get them out the cases properly, because everything seems to be separate, like the dial and then the chapter ring, and then to take the movements out, you've got to get the dial off, and it's on a dial pan, and it just goes on a little bit. But the movement themselves are really well made. You can tell that the quality is really there. Yeah. So anyway, this is John from Clock Repairs Merseyside. Another fly on the wall video. Nothing special to report at the moment. I've been really busy this week with a few things. As I said to you on my previous video, I'm trying to get my website up and running correctly. I'm not doing the writing of that. I've got people doing that, but you know, it's obviously you want it right, don't you? You know, so we're going through a few things with them. But yeah, I feel we've picked the right person to do that, so that should be good, and hopefully it'll be successful, as I think Google's getting a little bit, it's not offering me what I need anymore, to be honest with you. I don't feel I can move any further with it. Anyway, John from Clock Repairs Merseyside, have a great evening and take care, and I'll talk to you again. Thank you.